Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Akawadash. I like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Those in the gospel, bro, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just a lesson through the Spirit. Lord's will to be edifying. This is a video that I came across. Now, it's up for debate. Some people think it's AI. Some people think it's fake. Some people think that it could be Project Bluebeam, and some people think that it's real. But what we appears to see here is an angel, Salakia, that's riding on top of a power line. Okay. Now, whether this is real or fake, the fact that that's not the point. The point about it is that the Lord is getting ready to start showing us things. Those of us that believe, that have a spiritual eye, because, you know, myself and other brothers, we've always specified that as the end times progress and as the closer to the return of Yahushua returns to the earth, the Lord is going to start to merge the fourth dimension with the third dimension. And when I say that, meaning that we're going to start to see spirits, we're going to start to see apparitions, we're going to start to see more freakism, more strange things, more angels. And the funny part about it is that the brothers and myself at the camp, we were speaking on how don't be surprised when you start seeing your angels, you know, or guardian angels that protects us, because we're coming into a time now that things are getting crazy, man. I mean, people's attitudes, their contentions, they're irritable, and you know, you can feel the hate on these people, man. You know, and sometimes it puts you in that spirit, like, look, just leave me the hell alone, you know, because so it's a biased approach, you know, especially in these red states, because these red states ultimately they're mad at this current government, or this current what do you call this administration, because basically they've dropped the ball, and Esau, he's basically like the new nigga. But what we see is an angel that appears to be riding a power line, and if you pay attention to it, you see wings, and we know the scriptures say that angels adorn themselves in white, and also they're men of stature. Okay, this man can literally be about, because the average light pole is probably what 20, 25 feet tall. And we know angels are men or beings of stature. Okay, you can have an angel that's up to 25, 30 feet tall easily, you know, because the average man in the ancient world between 9 and 10, even 11, possibly 12 feet. Like Goliath could have been anywhere between 15 to 20 feet. Okay, King David could have been anywhere between 9.5 feet. But man, we were taller back then. So the angels, I mean, this is huge. I mean, he's damn near just as tall as that light pole if he's not standing on par with it. So he can easily be up into 20 feet tall. But what we see here is an angel. Like I said, if it is real, it appears to have a staff in his hand with a white robe on, and he look like he's gliding across this power line. And if you pay attention to it, he looks like he's of color. Okay, if you can really see, look like he got the beard, got the fro, and you see the angel wings. Now, like I said, whether this is true or not, that's not the point. The point about it is that it doesn't surprise me, because the scriptures say that the things that we do see are made, they do appear by things which we don't see. And I'm gonna get that because I don't want to butcher it. But I'm gonna play this video, and you know, you brothers out there, you know, you come up with the conclusion what you think. Because like I say, whether it be real or fake, it's just the fact that faith, okay, we have to have faith in these things. We have to have faith that Yahweh Shai is going to send the forces to protect us in the times to come that we're getting ready to come into. All right, so here we go. Look at this. Now it's a blackout. Now people can say, oh, that's added in there. Why would somebody go that far and beyond just to show an angel glide on top of a power line? That's kind of monotonous, if you ask me. It's just like, that's pointless for somebody to go out their way to show an angel actually doing that. So I believe personally, at first I was kind of like, I don't know, but just the faith alone, it doesn't surprise me. I believe that can actually be an actual being right there. Because out of all the things to make a video about, who just comes up with the creative thought of having an angel through CGI footage glide across a light pole with a staff in his hand? Doesn't make any sense. It seems pretty pointless in my opinion if somebody would to go out their way and do that. You know what I'm saying? You've been better off seeing dogs fly before somebody comes up in their creative mind to CGI this, man. So this can very well be real. Like what we saw what was it, January 1st? You know, January the first chapter. I mean, January 1st chapter. The beginning chapter of 2024, January 1st. With that, I think that was down in Miami, I believe. I believe it was like a mall out there, and people allegedly saw these particular silhouettes of these so-called hybrid-looking creatures from a different dimensions, and they were sifting in and out like they was coming through portals, because we understand that you have other dimensions, man. Okay, you got the spirit world, which is the fourth dimension, which is where the spirits dwell, where the Most High and His Son dwells in the fourth dimension, and this is why you can't see them. Okay, it's like a world within our world. It's all around us, you know, but you can't see what goes on the other side, but you can feel the effects of it. And a good indicator of that is this game called Devil May Cry. All right, they show you the main character name was Dante, but they show you on that game that when he goes into the spirit world, you can see all the demons and the monsters and stuff enacting on the minds of the people. But when you go back into the third dimension, it looks normal, but the influences are still there. So if we was able to see into the other side, you would see why people are bugging out. Okay, you literally got spirits hoovering over people and working on their minds, man. Okay, because we know that all things is done through the spirit. All right, so cause a blackout. Look at that. So-called got the beard, got the afro. And guess what? He looked like an Israel, looked like a man of color, which proves that the angels are black. Okay, they ain't rosy cheek babies, as Esau likes you to believe.
Watch what happened.
Anyway, whatever the hell that is. What? Yeah, so people are talking about it. Anyway, so let's go to the book of Psalm 68. So this is the book of Psalm 68 and 17. It says here, the chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, and Sinai as in a holy place. Okay, so it compares the chariots and angels, because we know that the angels are they're spirits. Okay, like that. Matter of fact, let's get that in Hebrews. Angels, ministering spirits. Angels. Let's see. Yep. Yep, Psalms 104 and 4. And let's start at 3, and also Hebrews 1 and 7. Pretty much same account. So this is the book of Psalms 104. And I'm gonna start at verses. Let's start at verses 1. It says, "Bless, O Yahweh, O my soul, O Yahweh, my God, thou art very great. Thou art clothed with honor and majesty, who covers thyself with light as with a garment, who stretches out the heavens like a curtain, who laid the beams of his chambers in the waters, and who make the clouds his chariots," which is talking about the ships. It says, "Who walketh upon the wings of the wind." And then that angel, he had wings, didn't he? All right. And it reads here, it says, "Who maketh his angels spirits and his ministers a flaming fire." Okay, so angels is nothing but energy and fire. That's what a spirit is. Like when they say, "Oh, your spark is going out." Why you think a lot of times when you're going into cardiac arrest, they do what they call the shock treatment, because it's like jump starting a battery to a car. They got to restart that spark to restart the motor. But your spirit is pure energy, which proves that it can't burn, because a spirit is nothing but energy, fire. Okay, energy. You can't burn energy. For those of you that's talking about a concept of hell. Okay, let's say if you die and you go to hell, your spirit will not be tormented in the afterlife, because the spirit doesn't feel pain. You have to put the spirit in the body for it to feel some type of pain or anything or physical pain. All right. Go to Hebrews 1 and verse 7. Same account, same precept. But this is the book of Hebrews 1. And I'm going to start at 7. It says, "And the angels, he said, who maketh his angels spirits and his ministers a flame of fire. But to the Son, he said, Thy throne, O Yahweh, is forever and ever, and the scepter of righteousness is the scepter of thy kingdom." Okay. But they give you an account of what the angels are. You see? Things do appear. Hebrews 11 and 13. Yep. 11 and 3. Hebrews 11 and 1. It says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, and the evidence of things not seen." Now, when people see that, they like, "Oh, that's fake." You know why they think it's fake? Because their faith is tainted, because they've been so convoluted with falsehood in this world, to the point nothing that seems out of this world would appear real to these people, because they have no faith. Like if I see something like that, I'll believe it, because it's just like in us to believe. I ain't gonna be like, "Oh, that's Project Blue Beam." Even though Esau do have situations like that he can create it, but in the spirit you would know. Like that angel that came up to the brothers about 2 months ago in LA. Hey, you couldn't convince me that wasn't an angel. Okay? You couldn't convince me. Any person looking, "Oh, that's a man, just spectate, that's a bomb." No, that was an angel. But it takes faith to believe that. You know, I showed my mother that, and she was looking, she was even enthralled by it. She said, "Oh my God, what is that?" And then she kind of started to figure it out. She's like, "That gotta be an angel," because she said you could see his pecs and you could see his figure, his shape through his clothes. You know? I mean, he was brolic, and he couldn't be nothing more than an angel. He even had a different attire on. He didn't look like anybody that was walking around with the ordinary attire on for this day and age. He looked like he had like a plate of armor on or something. My mother was like, "Oh wow." She said, "Look, you can see his physique through his clothes." I said, "Yeah, that's brolic. That's Broly." But it says, "For by the elders obtain a good report, and through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of the Most High." The worlds, okay? It shows you that it's more than one. All right, now when you look up this world, it may say cosmos, but let's double check, because sometimes the blue letter goes off. Okay, eons. Okay, which means a forever unbroken age, meaning the time frames. The worlds and universe, bingo. Period of time, age, worlds, universe. In this context of scripture, it don't make sense for the Most High to put in the scripture that the dispensation of time, which an end of age, eon means an age. Now, in this particular context of the scriptures, it don't make sense for the Lord to be talking about a period of age, because it's talking about creation. So that means that there has to be more than one abode. Okay, there has to be other worlds to live in. And this is where these guys that believe in the flat earth shit and all that other madness, they believe that there's no other planets outside of Earth. They said, no, this is the only domain that the Most High have created. Like there's nothing else outside of the firmament. Well, the scriptures don't say that. They're like, well, where in the scriptures that say other planets? Well, we reading it here. And And also the scriptures go into several scriptures said at the beginning the Lord created the heaven and the earth. I believe some translations says the heavens and the earth, which is plural. Okay, so there's several other contexts of scripture that the Lord have other things created, even though the scriptures doesn't go in thorough depth, but it's thing through faith. You got to believe that. And also John the 14th chapter, when it says, my house is of many mansions. A mansion or a house is an abode. Earth is an abode for the human race. This is our world. Okay, this is our abode. A mansion. Earth is habitable. It's huge. So, I mean, that's another context of scripture. Also, I believe in the book of Amos, I believe they took it out, but it was a point in time when the scriptures went into the stories of heavens. And when you go into that word stories, I believe it went into like, it didn't say other planets, but the stories, I think it says stories in heavens. I think it went into like a, like spherical earth or something like that. I can't recall. It's been a while since I looked it up. But there are other worlds out there, and you have to have faith to believe it. If you don't, then that's up to you. You got to pray to the Lord. But anyway, it says, through faith, we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of the Most High, right? Which is Yahweh Shai, right? And it says, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. Going back to that angel, even though he appeared at that time, you just don't see angels every day. I mean, you could, but you don't know. They here, but you ain't gonna come in your living room and you know, you got an empty house, you got an empty house. Okay, unless the angel manifests himself. But you ain't seeing this type of activity every day, at least not yet. To say the least, not yet. Okay, but there's gonna come a time that things like this is gonna be quite the norm, because you know the Lord is getting ready to release unholy hell in America and around the world. All right. But it says here, through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of the Most High, so that things which are seen were made of things which do appear. So the spirit world, you don't see it, but it's made by things, or you see this world, but you don't see what created it. Okay, you don't see the wind, but you feel it. You see clouds, but you don't see what created the clouds. Seasons, you see these things. You see people, but you don't see what created them. Which shows you that this couldn't be just by coincidence, because the way that the world is framed, the way that the people's makeup, genetic makeup is, animals, even the trees, they're all very meticulous in their own right. That had to come from some type of creator. Okay, a creative design. I don't believe that Big Bang Theory bullshit, that we all just formed out of mold or whatever the hell they go into that theory. A theory is something that's not proven. You know, like you can't have particular species of trees and plants just by coincidence. Something had to create it. Even trees and plants have their own genetic DNA. If you look at a leaf, every leaf on a particular different tree is different. You know, like you got a maple tree, you may have an apple tree, that tree, you may have a pine tree. Those are different genetic makeup of trees. Though they have the same, they're trees, but they're different. You know? So that proves that there had to be a creator. That is a creator. Just because you can't see him, that doesn't mean he doesn't exist. You can feel it. Last precept, and I end it. This is Judges 13, and I'm going to start at verses 3. It says, and an angel of Yahweh appeared unto the woman and said unto her, behold, now thou art barren and bearest not, but thou shalt conceive and bear a son. Now it says here, hold on. Yep, and I'm going to jump down a little bit. Going down. Shit. Where is it at? Yeah, here we go. Yep. Going down to verse 6, and it says, and a woman came and told her husband. Then a woman came and told her husband, saying, a man of the Most High came unto me, and his countenance was like the countenance of an angel of God, very terrible. But I asked him not whence he was, neither he told me his name. So basically, the angels can be in terrible. When it says terrible, angels can be frightening too. That's why when prophets seen angels, a lot of times they bowed and they hit the ground, because it was a fearful sight. You know, you got a being coming to visit you from a different world that's standing fucking 15, 20 feet above you, and he looks like something that can put you out of your misery. Then you know you ain't gonna really take to you ain't gonna be too enthralled to see something like that. You know, but these people, they getting ready to catch it. But I'm going to end it there, giving out praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. Lord's will, you will edify. Until the next lesson. Shalom.